Remix, baby.
Second City, bitch.
So I'm sitting here at some park, a little ways away from my house, and I wanted to talk today about how I bought my first bike, which is not this bike. My first bike was a 2007 Ninja 250R. Back then, brand new, they were $3,000. $3,000. Now they're like $5,000 or some shit. Yeah, so buying my first bike, and I also want to talk about, convincing my parents and that kind of shit, because everybody has that concern. I was super young. I was like 17 or something like that. 17 when I bought my first bike. So, yeah, convincing my parents that, I was responsible enough to buy one, and then obviously trying to purchase one, because when you're that age you don't have much moolah. Not much moolah. 17 years old, what was I doing for a job? I was actually selling print items. It was like my own first business, and I did alright. Whoa, that Porta John just opened. Ghost poopers. I was doing alright, and yeah. And anyways, I'm gonna sit here and, I don't want to talk to you about it in a parking lot, so we better get moving. Boom. Man, when you put this bike in gear, it goes. It's like it's like when they tie the nuts up on a bull for bull riding, and the bull just starts kicking and bucking. That's what this thing does when you kick it into gear. It's like, goes. Alright. So I was 17 years old, and I went to my father, who's been riding his whole life, and I went, "Dad, I want a motorcycle." And he, without saying anything negative about it, he goes, "Okay, let's go get one." So he first asked me how I was going to pay for it, and I think I had like $1,000 to my name. So I was like, I'm going to put down a down payment, and then I'm going to finance the rest. So we went over there. Oh yeah, and convincing my mother, I'm lucky. Convincing my mother wasn't a problem. My mom didn't ride at the moment, but she knows that telling me and my brothers no with that situation, she won't tell us no. She'll just tell us be safe and be careful. And if she really doesn't like what we're doing with something, she'll scream at us then after we've got it. So like my little brother, who's a reckless little turd on a motorcycle, gets screamed at all the time for being reckless. Alright, so now that I'm riding again, me and my dad took me all the way over to the dealership that I bought the bike at. I'm not gonna plug that dealership because they haven't done that great. But anyway, so I bought a 2007 Ninja 250R. I went in there, I put down $1,000, and I told them I want to finance the rest, and they actually gave me a line of credit, a $2,000 credit to finance the rest of the bike, which was awesome. So that day I ended up driving off the lot, and what was scary is, like, I've never driven on the street before. I've driven dirt bikes and stuff like that, and I've never ridden a motorcycle on the street. So needless to say, I was nervous. I was like this, like, go out of the parking lot. I'm like, there's no one behind me. I'm like, oh my god, this is so scary. Like, I was shaking so bad, and I had to drive on a parkway, and I had to drive on 2-lane back roads, and I should have just had them drop the bike off. It was an option, but I wanted my bike right then and right there. So it's pretty awesome. My dad followed behind me, so I was safe from behind. It was cool. And then, yeah, that's how I got my first bike. luckily for me, you know, convincing the parents was not an issue. And I do feel bad for guys that, you know, their parents are like, no, you'll have to move out of the house if you buy a bike. I mean, that's poor parenting, I think. You're just like, your kid's gonna get one anyway, so you might as well let them get one and make them take all the riding courses they can and just support them. I mean, not everything I bet you your parents do are fucking safe. Riding motorcycles isn't necessarily the 100% safest hobby, but you want to experience life, and I feel like if you have kids, they want to experience that part of life, let them experience it. My suggestions, if you have parents that won't let you buy it, first try telling them how safe you're going to be, because they don't want to hear you about fucking dragging knees and going 120 plus and how fast the bike can go and that shit. Show them that you're seriously interested in rider safety, learning proper riding safety. Proper riding safety. I don't know why I did that with my hands. Showing your parents that you're not just out there to go fast and kill yourself is what, you know, what they're thinking. Showing them that you want to learn everything, the way bikes handle and the way they work, and you know that you're constantly thinking about bike safety. Don't show them crash videos. I have buddies that buy, like, back in the day they were going to buy a bike and they'd be showing their fucking parents, oh, look at these motorcycle videos, like, all the crashes on YouTube. I mean, how retarded is that? Mom and Dad, I'm going to buy a bike. Look what's going to happen to me. No, that's fucking stupid as hell. Intermission time. Now, if your parents are still absolutely not and you really want a bike, go take the rider safety courses. Fuck me. Oh my god. Take the rider safety courses and go buy a bike. Find a friend with a garage that's willing to let you hide the bike there and go have a bike. Yeah, your parents are going to be pissed. They're going to be super mad at you. But eventually, they're just going to accept the fact that you went behind their back and bought a fucking motorcycle. And as long as when you do start showing them that you bought a bike, you don't act like a fucking retard, don't speed all the time and shit, they'll start getting okay with the idea. They'll never be 100% about you owning it. My parents are, but my girlfriend is a person that will never be alright with me owning a bike, 100%. She's more and more into it the longer I have the bike, but I don't think I'm gonna ever have her see her riding on the bike. I mean, she'll ride on the back maybe a few times, but I do not see her 100% ever endorsing me riding a bike. She is just, my girlfriend's the type that will never tell me not to do something that I like to do, so I'm fine with that. And now here's a situation where you're gonna have a really hard time getting a bike. If you're married with kids and all of a sudden you decide you want to buy a motorcycle and you've never ridden before, good luck. Your wife is not going to support you, ever. Because it's the fact that you have kids together and she wants to know that they're going to be supported until they're out of the house. So you might have to wait till your kids turn 18 to buy a motorcycle. Maybe you should just go for a dirt bike or something. I haven't been on these roads in a while. I've not ridden in a while. We've had rain for 7 days straight. 7 freaking days. And a stupid hurricane called Hurricane Juan or some shit that was supposed to hit us didn't hit us. And it just rained and rained and rained. And now it's a little chilly out, and I'm wondering how well tires stick when it's chilly out. I mean, I know they still get warmed up, but the concrete's not warm, so. Alright, so when you do get a motorcycle, when you guys go out and finally get one, and you're like, yeah, you showed your family and your friends and everything, do not push your friends to get a motorcycle, especially if they have not ridden before. Let them come to you, experience what your motorcycle's like, and if they experience anything where they're like, you know, I think I want to get a motorcycle, then advise them to go to a rider's course and learn about them and stuff. Don't push people that are never meant to ride. That's the worst thing you can do to your friends. That's how you kill a friend. So, obviously I put kill as the worst fucking scenario. Obviously they can just wreck and hurt themselves, but you don't want to be that guy who fucking pushed a friend that should have never been on a motorcycle to ride, and then he crashes. It's fucking, you feel so bad for it. I'm out riding by myself. I'm out riding by myself. Of that rain. Oops. Nice. Nice. I should pay attention when I ride. Oh. It's a turtle. It's a turtle. I'm going to save his ass. It's a turtle. I want to save him. Turtle, I'm gonna save you! Oh, I haven't seen a turtle in a long time. Here, come on. Come over here. There you go. I saved you! This is a very busy road right at this time. What the fuck was that noise? There's the car. Just in time. Save the turtle. Just in time. Whew. Fuck. I'm out of shape. I don't know what I was talking about. I just know I saved a turtle. Damn, I saved him just in the nick of time. I feel bad for turtles because they're so slow. I like them. I like them a lot. Alright guys, I think I'm going to cut this video here. I'm almost to my destination. So, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you really like this video, hit the subscribe button. And if there's something you want to add, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Peace. Oh yeah, video 2 is coming, and it's going to be called the New Rider Checklist. Only for new riders. If you're an experienced rider, just listen to it and add stuff to look out for to add to my checklist. And for shit I miss, because I'm sure I'm going to miss stuff.